this started. So, um,
Okay.
sounds great. So, kind of how we like to start this out, just so I can, best frame this for your organization. And I kind of looked at your website, and so you guys are an agency, correct?
We're a mix of an agency and an ad network, yes.
Okay. So, could you? I guess the best way is just to kind of explain, what the purpose of your guys' website is, and kind of like your guys' experience with web analytics and kind of the tools that you use.
Okay, sure. Well, it's not really a website. I mean, we don't. We have a website, but that's not our main business.
Okay.
I'm sure. Are you familiar with ad networks?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, so basically, we're the broker between advertisers and websites. We're the ones that facilitate the deal for serving ads.
Okay.
And so we're on, our tags, our HTML tags that kick off the ad serving process is spread amongst many websites, thousands of different websites, and thousands of different placements.
Okay.
And so, yeah, with that, those tags are basically JavaScript tags. They hit our web server, or they hit our servers, and our servers return with, our servers make the decision, the business logic to decide which ad to show, and then we return with, more HTML to ultimately render an ad that's clickable.
Okay. So do you guys just have the website there to have it there, or is there any do you want people to, is it informational, or do you want people to sign up like a contact form, or?
There is some, but it's not, yeah. We have elements of both. It is mostly informational.
Okay.
There is one portion of it that there is some people asking for signups.
Okay. All right. So kind of how we like to frame this, and it looks like do you guys use Google Analytics?
Yeah, but for some of our other properties, not particularly for our Engage property.
Okay. All right. So kind of how we like to frame this conversation, and just kind of explain, the difference between us and, all the other analytics that are out there. The Google Analytics and all the other analytics out there are kind of, they show you page flow, and they show you page by page, how many people came to your page, what web pages they went to, how long they were on there, and, you get some conversion data and things of that nature. With us, we're much more focused on what actually takes place, and really our big thing is focusing on conversions and user experience. And so as I go through this presentation, I'll kind of show you, how we do that, and the core of our technology. So if at any time you have any questions, feel free to ask. Just interrupt me, and we'll just go through here and show you what we have.
Okay, sounds good.
And you can see my screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So here at Oopgo, we specialize in digital marketing intelligence, and we've created some technologies which allow companies for the first time really to see everything that takes place on their website. And what's kind of at the core of this technology is what we call customer interaction recordings. But really what they are user videos. And one of our biggest differentiators is our data capture. We capture every data point for every action a person does on your website. So every mouse movement, scroll, click, text input, we capture all that data and house it in a common data source, which allows us to do a lot of things, but it also allows us to make these videos. And so what we really wanted to do was to allow companies to put themselves in the shoes of their users and to really see from their perspective, what their user experience was, how they interacted with the website, and kind of how it looked to them. And so if I click that button, I'm not zooming in or zooming out. I'm showing you from the exact resolution that person saw your website and how they interacted with it. With the understanding, what we really wanted to kind of get across was, especially these days as the amount and as people transition through platforms, the user experience is going to be different between a computer, a tablet, or a cell phone. And we really wanted to allow companies to be able to see from that person's perspective exactly what it looked like and their kind of journey through their website.
So you're saying I'm able to see every mouse movement, mouse click, everything that's typed?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. So how we kind of organize all of that is into a basically into person by person in their historical data. So what you see here is a historical view of every action that this person has done on your website throughout time. And kind of how we divide it up on this particular page is into customer sessions. And basically how we define a session is a person comes to your website, they scroll around, and then they leave. That's one session. Now if they were to come back a day later or 5 minutes later, that we would consider that a different session. And so that allows you to see kind of throughout time how a person interacts with your website. One second. James?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry guys. I stepped away for a second because I didn't think it was going to happen. So.
No worries. We have Kenneth here.
Hi, Ken. How you doing? How's it going?
Pretty good. Good.
So we have it all broken up into sessions, and if you wanted to view a specific session, we can go ahead and click on it, and it's going to bring that main viewer, or that video up on the main viewer here, and again allow you to see exactly from that user's perspective and what they did when they were on your site. Again, going back to our data capture, down here we have several different default analytics, but again, we capture everything. So if there's a specific KPI or something that you don't see down here that's important to your company, we can go ahead and customize that dashboard and get that KPI in there so you can locate that information as quickly as possible.
What's KPI?
Key performance indicator. So
Okay.
if there's some sort of stat or something that you're looking for that's important to your company, we can get it on there.
Okay.
Okay, so if we look over here on the left-hand side, we have kind of the micro view of this specific session. So it's going to give you information like where they came from, what browser they're using, how long they were on the site. And then over here we have more of a historical view, so how many times they've been to the site, how many pages they visited, and things of that nature. Are you familiar with tagging, Ken?
No, not well. In what context?
So in the web analytics context, and for our purposes, basically what our tags are, and this is the way that we segment and really make this system extremely usable, especially when websites have millions of people coming, hundreds of thousands of people coming to their website. You're not going to be able to look through every single person that came to your website. So the most practical way to use this is to segment them, and through our tagging system, you basically define the actions that you're looking for for people to do on your website, and then as people do those actions, we can dynamically tag them so you can quickly filter through all these videos and find that group of people that you're looking for, those high-value people on your website.
Okay.
So that's a practical way to use that. And this is, again, the most micro basic view down to that individual person. Now, this screen here is what we call the member section dashboard, and this is kind of we're taking a step out, taking it to that 30,000 foot level of all the activity that's taking place on your website. So, how many people are coming, the traffic sources, where they're located, what search engines are using, keywords, and a lot of other analytics. And again, if there's some sort of data that you're looking for that we don't display by default, we can definitely build a widget and get that up there on that dashboard so you can quickly find it. One of the biggest differentiators that we have, and one of the things that we wanted to do was, a lot of times with traditional analytics, you have the numbers, but you really can't drill beyond that. And we wanted to give you the ability to really drill into some of these numbers and to actually see what's taking place. So, for example, if we were curious about what the people that came from Google were doing, we can go ahead and click, and it brings up all the videos from the people that came from that specific search engine. So, again, if you wanted to drill a little bit deeper, if you're looking for a specific tag or maybe an action or maybe a location they came from, we go ahead and continue to filter down and to really get to those results that you're looking for. So
Okay.
once we have our results, we can go ahead and look through here, and if there's a specific person that looks interesting, we can go ahead and watch the video. But if we wanted to get a little bit more information about them, we go ahead and drill a little bit further and get back to that historical view and see all the information and all the past sessions for the specific person. So I'll show you one more example of a practical way to use this. Are you familiar with conversion funnels?
No.
Okay, so every website has a call to action, some purpose, something that you're trying to get people to do, and generally, in order for that call to action to be completed, there are several steps a person has to go through to complete that thing you want them to do, and
Sure.
a lot of times, what's going to happen is that there's going to be a sticking point in between some of those steps. So in this example right here, between step 1 and step 2, we're losing 1,600 people. With traditional analytics, you're going to have to, start to do some guesswork and maybe do some experimentation to try to figure out what's actually making these people abandon and not complete that call to action. What we wanted to do was to take away the guesswork and to actually show you what was taking place during this step that might be causing people to abandon and not complete that call to action. So if we click right here.
Okay. I see. That makes sense.
Yep. So if we, go ahead.
So we have a few websites, that do have calls to action. So I get your product. How does it work underneath the hood? Do I need to put a tag on the page?
So essentially how it works is we give you a little snippet of JavaScript and you throw that in your source code and it allows us to gather the data for you.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay. And does it, it seems like if it's recording everything, like from mouse movement to click to scroll, does it slow down the page or anything at all? Any problems with that?
Absolutely not. This is a very lightweight script, and it has less of a weight on your site than Google Analytics does.
Okay, great. And and how much is this product?
All right, so basically how our pricing structure works is by page views or by visitors. How many visitors do you guys have per month, do you think?
Well, let me take a look. Let's see here. Let me pull up some analytics from
Perfect.
Let's see.
Or even if you have kind of a guesstimate, like you think it's over 50,000, over 100,000.
It's going to be definitely over. Let's see. It's definitely over 100,000.
Okay. And is that when you say over 100,000? Is that pretty static? In other words, is that what you see month in, or is your traffic rate seasonal? Does it spike up and down? What?
100,000 is the low end. It spikes more up on that.
Okay. And then I missed the first part. What other analytic tools are you using currently?
Actually, we're not using any tools to measure.
Okay.
Very rudimentary tools, more like hit path. We have our own proprietary tool, but it just measures clicks. Yeah, it's not as sophisticated as yours.
Got it. Okay. So our general pricing structure. Actually, we have a promo going right now. So I always feel like a used car salesman, but I'll just I'll put out what's going on, and then we can figure out whether that applies to you or not. So
sure.
Our normal pricing for now you're saying 100,000 or around 100,000 is going to be normal pricing is $2,200 a month. It's going to be $1,800 a month.
Okay.
And the setup fee is it's a little bit fluid. It depends on how much of a lift it is. We got to look at the number of pages you have and stuff. But for you, it's probably around the same price, about $1,800.
Okay.
And we're also throwing in a couple of other benefits. One is our business intelligence module. So this allows you basically to look at competition, see what kind of web traffic they get, to be notified of any changes to the website. So if these guys are doing some promo or some big giveaway or some earth-changing type promotion, you want to know about it in real time, not 3 or 4 weeks later. And lastly, any spikes in traffic. So if there's a big spike in traffic and something's going on, allows you to deal with it. Also, the live monitoring module is separate, and we're including that as part of the promo. So you can see people on your site in real time live and drop coupons to them or or chat with them or whatever. It's nobody's got that that technology available at all.
Okay.
So that's the promo. It's available. This promo is supposed to cut off at the end. It's January 31st. We'll probably extend it maybe another week or two. And what we ask in return is that you use the promo by the end of the quarter. So in other words, you don't have to pay for it until you use it, but we ask you to use it by the end of the quarter. If you don't, it lapses. You don't pay, but then you lose the pricing.
I see.
So that's sort of the upside. So we try to make it fair. We're not trying to, say you got to do it today, you got to do it today, like we're selling steak knives or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we can't. My CEO just won't let me hang the promo out forever because it's, we feel like we're losing some revenue doing it.
Sure, makes sense.
So,
is there a commit? Is there a commit?
That's one area, frankly, that I got some flexibility. We normally ask for a year, but every situation is a little different. Some people are like, yeah, I want to lock in that pricing for a year. We think this is great. Let's do it. Some people are like, we don't want to get locked in as long, so maybe you can shorten the duration just so we can get a better feel for it. So I've got some flexibility in that.
Okay. See, the problem I have is I don't know whether or not this is going to give us any lift in our conversions.
Okay.
There's no guarantee. Is there any kind of trial period or something like that?
So the answer is yes.
Okay.
Here's basically what we do. And when I say trial period, normally what we do in the trial period is we'll say we'll give you 90 days, and maybe at a reduced price. We can do one of a couple things. We do have some hard costs in setting you up for trial, because we basically got to put some code and stuff into the website, into your web pages, and that's a hard cost for us, right? Because look, if you're going to try, you got to see what it can really do. I can set up at one page you can kind of dink around, but that's not really going to tell you what you need to know. So for that, what we'll normally do is ask for a little bit of a fee to cover the cost of setting it up.
We can put the code in. I have engineers to do that.
Well, that's something we could talk about. We ask for some small commitment. Just make it worth our time. So again, I've got some flexibility in that area. But number one thing is that above all is that you get the technology, you see the benefit of it, and you want to play around with it for a month or two. We can make it work.
Okay.
Yeah. So the answer is yes. The question for you would be twofold. When I do the demos, or I don't know, you call it trial, whatever. The pushback I get internally is not that we shouldn't do it. It's more a question about time frame. If you were going to do a demo, I guess the question, what kind of time frame would you have in mind?
Well, we could give it a try for maybe a quarter.
Okay. And then the next question would be, is that something you want to do in early February, or what would be what's your bandwidth like?
We can do it ASAP. I have available engineers.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do this. What is today? Today's Thursday. Let me talk a little bit internally and come back and see if we can come up with something. Okay, let me just say this up front. For us, when we talk about evals or demos, it's everyone's a little bit of a custom job, because we just got to look at your site and page numbers and just kind of work out what would work best, right? So we're trying to figure out how to give you the chance to play around with it without having to incur a lot of our own hard costs. So let us think around with it, and think around with that. I can get back to you tomorrow, and I can say, let's try X as a kind of promo program, and then we can kind of whittle down, negotiate a little bit, so we can find something, and then get you rolling.
So one more bit of. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. I have a little bit more information on our side, though.
Okay.
Our pages change quite a bit. We have different products that go up and come down, and so it's very dynamic. Our website.
Okay.
If you say it's just a piece of JavaScript code, then we can throw it on whatever, I don't know, whatever page. It's very simple. And another point on our side is that I like to mention is that we have, as an ad network, we have hundreds of affiliate clients that have their own web pages that could use the tool as well.
Okay.
And so, we could offer that. We can maybe be an affiliate of you all as well and offer that to them.
So, hey, look, life's a negotiation, right? So, if you've got, customers or clients that this could be a good fit for, and we do have an agency program too, where we will give you, if you sign that, this is a different issue, but if you want to look at signing up for the agency program, we usually give people it's roughly about the same discount we're giving you now, just because the promos work out. But you can always mark that up 20% and offer it to them, 20, 25,
Sure.
30%. And we're definitely signing people up for that. And we'd love to talk to you about specific customers. And that way you can, you can get this for yourself, or you can put it out to your customers and get some cash flow, make yourself look good, do a great job for them, and make a little more money. So
Sure. Do you guys do white labeling?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you do? Okay.
Yeah. And in that regard, that's, for me personally, that's one of the areas I'm really tasked with generating more revenue and more interest in is, agency white label customers. So, we offer on that area, we offer, friend support. We'll promote you on the sales calls. We'll promote you on the engineering calls. We can say we're with your organization. Hey, I'm Bob with, name of your company. All of our call center stuff, everything's based in the U.S. There's no India, or not in deference to India, but you know what I mean? It's no overseas call centers. So the support level is really, really good, and I think, we've had a lot of success in those programs. So,
okay.
So we'll send you. Okay, so we will send you some agency paperwork today for that.
Yeah.
There's no cost. There's an agency partner. We just, ask you to send the paperwork and send it back, and then I'll work on a demo program for you, or a preview program. We'll get that to you later today, and we'll circle back with you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, the agency is another conversation. Yeah, the agency
Okay.
portion is another conversation. I have to have that with my sales team and
Okay.
have that poised to go. But
Okay.
yeah, let's. We're willing to take a look at your product, do a
Okay.
small commitment just to test it out. And
Okay.
of course, we'll pay you for whatever you need.
Okay. Okay.
But,
I think that's fair. We're just we want to try to put our money's where our mouth is. We think it's a great product. We've had great response. I think for the kind of your company is pretty much right in the sweet spot of who seems to be really attracted to what we're doing. So I think it's a total win-win. So okay, with that in mind, let us do a little work on our end. We'll be back to you later today with something, and we'll give you a holler. We'll give you a holler tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Okay. Hey, take care, guys.
All right, thanks, Ken.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.